Hello friends, it's Astro here and welcome back to City Skylines. And, well, welcome back to me being on my own channel. Which is a thing. Yeah, I'm back. I hadn't intended this to occur, and I hope you guys understand. And I thought maybe we could have a little chat today about where I've been, what's been happening, and where we're going to go from here. Because, well, look, I started this channel about a year and a half ago as a little experiment, and I honestly didn't think I'd even get as many subs and as many views. I thought I was just going to be tinkering about, putting up videos, and it'd be a fun thing to do. And honestly, somewhere along the line, that kind of changed. Somewhere along the line, that changed from just some nerd in his office, in his front room, fluffing about on his computer and putting up some videos, to I suddenly felt like this was a bit of a job. And I know that that's not the way that it's supposed to be, at least not right out of the gate, but it suddenly felt like a job. And I didn't really... Did it? It didn't really... It just felt like it was something that I needed to organize. And quite frankly, the main problem that I had was trying to then juggle my time between this and my real job, which, you know, I got a promotion recently, and that meant that my job went from, I mean, I was like super autopiloting in that old job. Right? I knew exactly what I had to do. I knew exactly what everyone else had to do. I could just walk in the morning, just, you know, any problem that occurred, it was fine. I just had it. I could just go, yep, cool, do this, do that, we're done. And then after the promotion, you know, I had to completely change how I did things. You know, it's a much more involved job. It's much more, I don't know, sorry. I mean, by the way, I'm talking and playing at the same time here. I don't record in post. This is not the way that I do things. I've never done that, and I never will, because, well, maybe I will one day, but it's just not really the way that I like to do things. I prefer to have more of a conversational, you know, it's like we're sitting here chatting together. That's the way that I like to do this. But anyway, new job. So new job is a lot more involved than the old job was. Old job was, you know, like I said, I could just sort of chug away and do my thing and everything was fine. But new job, got to be fully switched on. So what does that mean? Well, it meant that essentially I started to have some problems keeping up with having a backlog of videos, right? And essentially, a backlog of videos? No. Look, you know what the problem? I think you know what the problem was. The problem was that once upon a time, when I was doing my old job, I had the ability to sort of, you know, add an hour in each day where I could record an episode of something and then edit that something and do the thumbnail for that something. And then, you know, that was either before or after work. And then I could just sort of toddle off and do my job and everything was fine. And with the new job, I don't have any time during the day and I'm kind of drained by the end of the day. And so it made it very difficult to sort of nestle that time in, right? And then the problem was that I sort of went, okay, well, if I can't do that, what I'll do instead is I'll batch record. And, you know, a friend of mine who watches the channel, he said, yeah, I've started noticing that this is more batched content. You know, and you can kind of tell that it's something that you've just had set up and a way you've, you know, it's been pre-done. And you can kind of feel that. And while we're going to have to go with coal on this map are... I could put a little wind farm here. Yeah? And the noise shouldn't be too bad. We'll do a little wind farm here. We'll put the industrial up there. And then this will be my little residential zone that can extend out and down this way, out towards the point. That'll be lovely. Okay, great. So, little industrial zone here. This can go like that. And we'll have a power line that connects down and across and into here. Excellent. Okay. Right. Batch content. So batch content is sometimes a good thing. It sometimes helps you to, just get stuff prepped so that it's there in case you need it. But it's not a nice way, I have to say, to do the whole overall thing. It means that it's not a nice way for me anyway. When I do it that way, it makes me feel kind of disconnected, right? Because I'll put the videos up and then people will put comments and go, oh, you should have done this, you missed that, hey, try this. And then I go, oh, well, I'm kind of just watching passively while you guys enjoy or not. You know, some people have been a little bit critical of my work recently, which is a bit disappointing. But yeah, it doesn't feel as current. I don't feel as involved, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So doing it as a batchy thing all the time, no, it doesn't feel good. Doing it as I've got a couple up my sleeve in case I get called away for work, and I have to like drop everything and fly halfway across the globe to, check something, or go to a conference or do whatever. It gives me that buffer that I need, right? It can be good, but when it's the only thing that you're doing, it can be bad. And on the flip side, if you're only doing daily, then when you do get called away, it's, what I'm trying to say, you need a balance of the two. I need a balance of the two. That's how my workflow needs to work. And I did not. The high level of work that's required for this new job. Oh dear, we better power that sewage pump. Let's have a little one coming out of here and then across the riverfront like that. There we go. Okie dokie. Sewerage taken care of. Right. Where was I? Okay, so a good balance of pre-done stuff versus on-the-fly stuff versus, the live streaming stuff. So I don't know. I guess the problem was I was just putting a little bit too much time in and burning the candle at both ends and just kind of ran out of oomph, I guess. You want to call it creator burnout? Maybe that's a way to put it. But I don't think creator burnout is the right term. It's just, life burnout. I just ran out of stuff. I ran out of energy to do things. And it started to just be tough. Just tough. But these things will happen. So anyway, the long and the short of it. Last week, with no backlog of videos, I had one video ready, which was the new tutorial for Prison Architect, which was really fun. That was a really good video to make, and it was received pretty well. I even decided to put it up onto Reddit and got some upvotes over there, which it's the first time that I've put it up onto Reddit, which is nice. And yeah, I guess. Oh, oops. All right. Well, I guess we won't have an industrial zone to get us underway. Maybe we can dot a few in and then we can squiggle it out a little bit. Right here on Campbell Street. There we go. Okay, great. They're going to need some water too, aren't they? Bugger. Okay. Look, we'll have a little industrial estate. And when we start getting some cash on board from them, then we can think about what we're going to do from there. So anyway, no videos in the backlog. I got called away for work and I had to go up to Sydney for a couple of days. And I'm going up to Sydney basically every week at the moment. So that nukes like 3 days of my week because I'm away from home. I can't do my daily thing. I can't do what I usually do. Interesting. I'm kind of talking this through on my own, like in my own mind as I'm talking now, because I haven't really sat down and thought about this and what's gone wrong. So this is kind of interesting. But I mean, along the short of it is, I started to do the backlogging thing because I didn't have the ability to do daily recordings anymore. The backlog thing, I guess, hey, can I get a loan, guys? Am I able to do that yet? No, not yet. I have to get to a certain level before I can get a loan. Okay. Well, let's see if I can make it through the first period, where hopefully we don't run out of money. Otherwise, what did I say about burning the candle at both ends? Anyway, so I didn't have the time to do daily recording, so I started batch recording. And then I ran out of steam to do the batch recording because that kind of takes up my entire Saturday. And then I've got my entire Sunday doing live streaming. So therefore, not my entire Sunday, but a good portion of. So it kind of nukes your week, right? When you're trying to do all of that stuff and do everything, it kind of does make it difficult to then have a life around that and hang out with friends and stuff. So yeah, I have had a YouTube life balance issue. That's the best way to put it. YouTube/work/life balance. And while I enjoy my YouTube, I need to focus on balancing it with other things. So, I guess with that in mind, what I'm going to do is a thing that my friend told me quite some time ago, which is, dude, you don't have the time to do a video every single day. And he's right. He's right. At least not until things stabilize in my new job and I get into the groove of it and start to figure out the hacks, right? Because every system, everything that you do can be hacked. Every system that you work with can be hacked. Whether it's a computer system, whether it's a game, whether it's a job, there are tricks that you can use to bypass the things that you are supposed to do, if that makes sense, right? I am supposed to do a whole bunch of stuff at my job, but you know what? I can streamline, I can automate, I can delegate. Oh, we've got auroras in the background. That's nice. Oh, let's have a look at that. While we wait for our money to build, and while I talk a little bit, let's enjoy the moon rolling by and a few auroras here. So yeah, I'm trying to find out the hacks with the new job so that I can be working less hours and be less stressed out at the end of those hours. And that's something that I just have to deal with because, hey, I'm a full-time worker. I can't stop doing that. I have to do that. Until I hit 1 million subs on YouTube and I can start relying on YouTube as my full-time job. It's not ever going to be something that I can prioritize in my life because I got bills to pay. I get shit to do. That being said, I'm not walking away from YouTube. Don't you guys worry about it. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing, but I do need to ease off the throttle a little bit. I do need to pull back, and for a number of reasons. One is time, and two is quality. I don't want to just poop out, shit. I don't want to just fire up videos that are like, oh, here's another escape mode video. And I've got another escape mode video there ready to go, which is me. It's quite fun actually. I hit the random prison button, and it was actually Sips's SummerSlam, which is pretty cool. I quite enjoyed that. It was a good escape. But I want to have good story-driven content. I want it to be relaxing. When I play a video game, it's not because I want to be stressed. It's not because I want to, be challenged. Look, some challenge is good. But for me, playing a video game is about relaxation. This is a meditative experience for me. Except for when shit like this happens, and then I get a little bit stressed out. But look, playing video games for me is an escape. An escape? let's say meditation. That sounds better. If it sounds like I'm trying to escape, then that's a bad thing. If you're trying to escape anything in life, there's something seriously wrong, and you need to have a look at what's going on and why that is a thing. But look, that being said, playing games is meditation for me. It is an art form that I can appreciate and enjoy and engage with however I fancy. And that's what I want to come through to you. If I'm playing games and I'm not relaxed and enjoying myself and calm, I feel that's off-brand for me and my channel and what I want. You know, I want to be, I don't know, the guys in Discord call me the Chaos Lord because things go wrong occasionally and I get panicked, but that's because it's a stark contrast to me being like, cool, we got some lovely roads in here and everything's fine, and then a meteor strikes and oh my god, no, San Andreas Point, what are we going to do? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Hey, little hamlet. Excellent. See? Chilled. Relaxed. Positive money. Wow. Actually, really positive money. Great. Oh, now we can do our pipes. Get the industrial zone hooked up. Finally. I'm sure that this will probably be very helpful towards our cash flow. There we go. Lovely. And these guys probably need a pipe as well. We'll run it straight down this main road here. Just like that. Just like that. So I don't know. What am I trying to say? I want to keep making YouTube videos. Absolutely. I seriously did consider for a while there, well, look, maybe I should just put up a video and say, guys, look, I'm sorry. Shit's going wrong. I can't do this anymore. Peace out. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to just pull the pin and go, nah, I'm done. That feels like a bad way to go. And it feels like, honestly, I wouldn't enjoy that. I want to keep doing this. I want to keep enjoying what I'm doing, but I critically want to enjoy what I'm doing. Right? And for a while there, I wasn't. For a while there, I felt like I was just churning out video that wasn't on brand, I guess. It just didn't feel right. I don't know. This is kind of a stream of consciousness thing here, right? I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not even really thinking about what I'm saying. I'm just talking out loud and bleh, bleh. Anyway, I want to put out good content. I want to be able to do that around my job. And I want to have fun while I'm doing it. So as a result, I'm not going to be posting every single day. I can't do that anymore. There may be some days that I skip. I'm going to have to come up with, I didn't even think this through. I'm going to have to come up with maybe a posting schedule where I can, say, all right, well, Wednesdays is going to be Prison Architect Day. I know Wednesdays isn't good because I'm always in Sydney on Wednesday. Maybe Thursday. I don't know. We have a Prison Architect one day, a Rimworld another day, and then Game X on another day, something to that effect. I may have to stop streaming for the short term just to get things back on track. I would like to keep streaming, but it is difficult to dedicate a whole, chunk of my Sunday. And the problem is, I really enjoy streaming. It's really, really fun because it's so direct. It's so immersive, and I get to connect with you guys so completely that it's... Hold up. Have I connected this to the rest of the grid? Yeah, I have. Okay, great. Oh, no, I don't want another one of those. Let's have another link. Here. There we go. Lovely. Excellent. Live streaming is super duper fun. It really does provide a super immediate and wonderful way to hang out with you guys and interact with you guys, and it just feels great. I would super duper love to do a live stream every single day. But that doesn't work when you work, I worked like 12 hours a day at the moment to try and, get up to speed with what I'm doing and all of that sort of stuff. So that's kind of not something that I can do. I would like to live stream once a week, but at the moment that's getting in the way. I don't know. It's tough, right? How do you do this? How do you make it so that you balance a job and a YouTube channel? And I sometimes I wish that I just worked in Burger King or something like that, flipping burgers, or mowing lawns, or something simple that I could just go and do, and then have the energy and the brain power at the end of the day that I could, be fine. But I don't know. I don't know. I quite don't know. But I do know that I'm loving this little road network that I've just set up. These little cul-de-sacs in here. Oh, the cul-de-sacs are... Oh, let's have a little T cul-de-sac here. Here we go. And then one... Did that say not enough money? Oh, shit, it did. Huh. I've just spent all my money on roads. Which is always the way. It's just kind of part and parcel of the way that I tend to do things. Anyway, where am I going with this? Right, so I'm gonna skip the live streams for a little while because I need to claw back some time in my personal life. I'm going to pull back the videos to 3 per week, probably 3 per week, with a video a live stream when I'm okay, cool, I've got the time this weekend, I'm gonna do it. I know that this goes against what everyone else says I should do. Everyone else says, oh, no, you got to be consistent, right? And I think that's the problem. I think that's where I fell down here. I listened to what other people said, where they said, you have to be consistent. You have to release on a set schedule. You have to this, have to that. And I kept trying to do what these people said I had to do. And you know what? I don't want to do that anymore. I can't do that anymore because, well, I need to be considerate of how I feel and what this is for me as well. Yeah. Because I want to enjoy what I'm doing. Because if I don't enjoy it, you guys are going to sense that. You're going to feel that I'm not having fun. Because if I'm not having fun, it's not going to be engaging content. It's not going to be fun for you to watch me just moping my way through a game. That's my concern. I don't want that. And you don't want that. So let's pull it back a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'll have a little bit of a think about what my schedule is going to be, and when I'm going to do my things, and I'll put a post up. Maybe I should have done that prior, but this is me thinking through this as we are playing this game, as we are thinking about what we're doing. So I'm going to think up a new schedule. And it's going to be a couple of videos a week, 2 to 3. A live stream when I can, but I'll definitely try to live stream because honestly it's more of what I enjoy, and I can see why people gravitate towards Twitch, and now everyone's jumping onto Mixer because apparently that's really cool and fun to use and all that sort of stuff. But I'll make a post about that and let you guys know what's going to happen there. I'll once I've figured it out. And it'll be fine. It'll be good. Take a step back, put out some good content, work my way back towards it. Because even while I've been away, people are still arriving at the channel, people are still subscribing, people are still commenting. So I'm doing something right. Right? I have to assume that what I'm doing is fine and people are enjoying that. So I'm just going to keep doing it, but I'm going to do a little bit less of it than what I was before. Because you can't keep up at 100 mile an hour forever. Sooner or later, you're going to run out of gas. So it's time to, time to step back. Time to take a little ease back. And I hope that from here, you guys notice that while the quantity may decrease, the quality of what I'm going to be doing, I'm hoping that that is going to be increased. I hope it's going to be more chilled and relaxing, because that's what I aim for. Oh, and speaking of Lakefield, oh, I don't want that. Can I do zones yet? No, not yet. Reach a population of 900. All right, we can do that. Let's do that. What else we got to do in here? We got to get some plumbing in for these new areas, just like this. A little bit down here. There we go. There's a little nubbin in here that's not been covered. We could almost. There we go. There's a tiny little square there that is not covered, but I'm sure that they will find their way in. Ah, there we have it. We are now a worthy village, and as a result, I really do need to expand. Bugger. Okay, let me hang on. Really do need to expand this so we can get some more industrial underway. There we go, and like get some crossroads in there so that this industrial zone can start churning out staplers and whatever else it is that they're going to make in there. I do need a garbage dump, which I'm going to pop. Or can I? Oh, look at how perfectly that fits. Boom! And they come up out of here and onto the Emerson Street roundabout and then find their way down into this area, which I think we need a couple of districts in here, because Shivery Timbers, I think, kind of naturally was getting to the point where I was running out of bits to do. So I figure, you know, as video number 1 of let's get things back to where they need to be, this can be the start. This can be the beginning. And instead of Poplar Square, this should be square. Let's call this Vilda Shores, because recently my newest patron joined on Patreon. So Vilda, thank you. Welcome aboard. It has been 19 days that you've been waiting for this name in the game dedication, but there you have it. I hope that this is apt. Oh, it doesn't show up in cinematic cam? Damn. Oh, there we go. Let's have Vilda Shores with its garbage problems front and center for the end of this video. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this extremely rambling and hopefully not too nonsensical talk about where we are and what's going on and where we're going. I hope that you haven't been too bummed out by the fact that we've had a break, by the fact that I disappeared for a little bit. And if you are, I'm sorry. You know, it's not what I intended. It's just a culmination of too much work, too much YouTube, and not enough time for all of the things that I need to do. So pull back on a couple of bits and pieces, get my balance back, get my groove back, and we'll carry on hanging out, playing some games, and having a chat. Friends, thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.